Hey guys, welcome back to Mad About Skin. If I told you a serum existed that could increase collagen levels in the skin by 300%, boost radiance to get your glow game on point, and deliver professional facial-like results in just 14 days of using it, you'd probably call me a liar. Well, those aren't my words. They're not my claims. Those are the claims of the Inkey list in relation to their new Exosome Hydra Glow Complex Serum. This serum has taken the internet by storm. It's sold out, it's now relaunched, and so I thought now would be a great time to share with you my honest thoughts, feelings, and opinions. A lot of people reviewing this product are doing so in a sponsored or paid for capacity. So I thought there's definitely a gap for some independent voices when it comes to this one. And here on the channel, you'll never see a paid partnership because I like to speak from the heart, never from the wallet. So sit back, relax, and let's talk the new Inkey list Exosome Serum. Now, of course, these are my thoughts, feelings, and opinions, and I would love to know yours. Watch to the end where we're talking about the pros, the cons, and the summary, and then share with me whether this is a product you want to incorporate into your own skincare routine. If you do, let me know by reaching down into the comment section and leaving the heart emoji. If you're someone that thinks this is all hype and no substance, it's not for you, again, let me know by leaving the cross emoji and state why. Here on the channel, I always like to just give both sides of the skincare argument so that you guys are informed consumers and can make the right call when it comes to your own skin. If you enjoy this style of content, unsponsored, independent, and just quick fire in terms of review, let me know by reaching down and giving the video a big thumbs up and a like. Now, I've got a lot to get through in today's video, so let's cut that waffle and delve straight on in. So today we're first going to talk about the claims that the Inkey list make about this product. I'm going to come on to exosomes, what they are, how they can benefit the skin. We'll do the pros, we'll do the cons, and summarize everything at the end. I've left some timestamps down in the description box below, so if you want to jump to one section of the video over another, be my guest, those timestamps are there for your convenience. I've also listed where you can purchase this in various different countries, so if you did want to read the reviews, check the price point, or make a purchase, again, those links are down in the description box below. So the Inkey list Exosome Hydra Glow Complex. This isn't a serum that I actually got in PR. I think I badmouthed the Inkey list as a brand one too many times. They no longer actually send me any PR or pre-launches before a product hits the market, which is completely fine by me. But a friend of mine in the beauty space did actually get this from the Inkey list ahead of the launch. She didn't want to try it, so she re-gifted it to me. And I've been using this for the past 3.5 months. It's a 30ml serum, and I actually found that using it twice a day, which is what the brand suggests, actually that 30ml will last about 3.5 to 4 weeks, so about a month's worth of applications. For that, you're paying £20, which honestly I do think is a fair price point for a serum like this, especially when you compare it to other exosome products that exist on the market, usually coming with such a high and bougie price point. I love the £20. You know, for me, this is a product that definitely is budget friendly. So the Inkey list claim that by using this serum, you will be hydrating the skin, according to their own study, 56% increase in levels of skin hydration, having used this for 14 days. They also say that it increases collagen levels in the skin by 300%. I have some thoughts on that. I'm going to come on to that later on in the video. But the key claim is around boosting radiance and luminosity. They say that these Seeker exosomes actually boost the glow game and will really help to bring a little radiance back to our skin. So exosomes, they sound super scientific, but they're actually all around us. They're in our body, they're in a lot of the plants that we tend to and that we eat, and they're what the body actually uses to communicate between cells. See them as almost like little messengers that carry proteins and things that are required for that cell communication. And if used correctly and strategically in well-formulated products, they have been proven to boost the amount of collagen and elastin production. They can help increase cell turnover and just promote overall skin health. Exosomes aren't actually anything new, but before, if you wanted to get your hands on them, they came with a super high price point. So thanks to brands like the Inkey list, Medicube do a version too, they're really bringing exosomes to the masses, and they're one of the most popular ingredients in skincare right now. I think there are studies and data to show they can be effective, but I think we need to make sure that we're not over-promising as brands, making sure that we're delivering in line with that data and with those studies, rather than making too many bold claims, which again, I'll come on to later in the video. In theory, if you use Exosomes regularly in your skincare routine, you should see an increase in vibrancy and luminosity, an increase in collagen and elastin, which will minimize fine lines and wrinkles, and just overall more skin health, which to me sounds like win-win-win, ding, ding, ding. So when it comes to this particular exosome serum, the Inkey claim that it have 3 million of these plant-based exosomes in every single bottle. This is actually a vegan formula, so if you're someone out there that's living a vegan or plant-based lifestyle, you can absolutely use this serum. I should call that out. And these 3 million plant-based exosomes are supposed to deliver all this amazing benefit. So let's talk first about the pros. In any video, whatever we're talking about, I like to bring those positive vibes first and foremost. And I'm going to say, this serum does deliver a nice boost to radiance. So I've used this for 3.5 weeks, and I've definitely noticed that my skin is a little glowier, especially when I wake up in the morning. I look in the mirror and think, yeah, the glow game is on point. My skin feels plumper, more hydrated, dewier. It definitely seems to be delivering all of that. I would say the results that I got from this Inkey Exosome serum were actually very similar to what I got from this, which is the VT Riedel shot. This has been viral for the past like 2 years and definitely gives you that glow up, that plump, juicy and hydrated skin. I got the same results from this Inkey Exosome serum, but interestingly, exosomes actually don't create any tingling or prickling on the skin, unlike the spicules that are used in this product. So if you're somebody that has been tempted by the VT Riedel shot, really liked the idea, but didn't want the prickling, the tingling, the spicule technology that's in here, I actually think going for the Inkey Exosome Hydrate Glow Complex would be a nice swap. You won't get that tingling, that sensitivity. I think it's much more sensitive skin friendly. And so for that, I really enjoyed it. And honestly, the results do speak for themselves. I noticed a difference, and I definitely can attribute it to this serum. Now that difference came in terms of luminosity, glow and hydration in the skin. I'm much more skeptical about the claim that it boosts collagen levels by 300%, something I'm going to come on to in the cons section. But for your glow game, for that hydration, this is a really nice product. Another pro for me, as I said earlier, is the price point. I think it's really nice that they're bringing exosomes at an affordable price point. You know, for the masses, no matter what your budget is, this one definitely could form part of your skincare routine. And I like the packaging. Airless pump, keeps it fresh, and it's really easy to use. Using just one pump should do the whole face and neck, so this isn't a serum you need to use a lot of. Twice a day, like I said, one will last you probably about a month. Third, and I think in some ways most importantly actually on the pros, are the other ingredients alongside those exosomes and that seeker. So the brands say that these exosomes go into the skin, they aid the penetration of other ingredients, and they deeply nourish and hydrate. The other ingredients that they help penetrate are Q10 and ectoin. Now Q10, one of my favorite antioxidants, amazing at protecting the skin, and it's such a nice, easy antioxidant that pairs well with everything. Such a great one to include in a serum like that, so that's a big tick in the box. The ectoin though is what is really interesting. This is an amazing calming and soothing ingredient, which previously, if you wanted to get your hands on, you'd have to invest in quite a high price point option. So I love the fact that again, we're getting ectoin, which helps with barrier support, calming, soothing and hydration in a really affordable serum. Those exosomes are going to help it penetrate that a little bit better, so I definitely think this packs a punch. And it's not just the exosomes and seeker, it's also that Q10 and that 1% ectoin that's doing a lot of the heavy lifting here, and why I think I saw such great results. Now, those are the pros. Great product overall, I would say, delivering at a fair price point, and I love the fact that it's giving you that little glow up and definitely helps aid hydration. However, I think one of the biggest cons is a claim, this 300% increase in skin collagen. The way that the Inkey actually present it, and I've wrote it down here, is it will boost skin collagen by 300%. This actually isn't technically true. The studies that they reference show that exosomes can increase the rate of collagen production by 3 times. So 3 times, 300%. That's kind of where they've got that. It doesn't increase the overall amount of collagen in the skin by 300%. So I think that's a little misleading. Now, some people might say that's semantics, and that's up to you. But I think the Inkey have a track record of being very shady when it comes to their marketing. And I think this is kind of part of that. They can't just let it be. They can't just do the right thing as a brand. They always have to make some elaborate claim. And that's definitely where this comes in. And I think this does let the serum down a little bit. Now, is that enough to make me not want to buy it? No, I would buy this for the booster hydration, barrier function, that ectoin, and that gorgeous glow up that it gives. And I think at the margins, it will definitely help boost collagen production, but 300% Inkey do better. The other the con that I have, is that these are plant-based exosomes. Now, that's absolutely fine, and I love the fact that it's a vegan formula that people can use if they live in a plant-based lifestyle. However, there is a difference between human exosomes and plant exosomes. Now, here in the UK, which is where the Inkey is based, you're not actually allowed to use human exosomes from stem cells in products because of cosmetic regulations. So that's why they opted for the plant-based ones. However, the claims that they make about this product are actually based on data based on human exosome use, and I don't think you can necessarily carry the two across. So again, I think they could be a little bit more transparent with that, but it does say all over the product, that they're plant-based exosomes, so I won't read them too much for that. It's just worth bearing in mind that these aren't exactly the same as the human exosomes, and they couldn't use those, so I appreciate that they went with the plant-based option, but that's kind of worth calling out. And then finally, let's just talk about the duo kits. They sell them singularly, which is great, which is what I'm going to repurchase now I'm just out of this. They also do a duo where you get two, which I don't think is a bad idea purchasing, because then you get 2 months worth of the product. However, at the time of filming this, the duo is actually only £2 cheaper. So you're buying double the amount and you're saving £2. Come on. I wanted a little bit of a better saving than that. Now, some might say that's nitpicking, and maybe it is, but I think if I'm buying double the amount of product, I would probably want more than a £2 saving. That's just my opinion, and I think that's worth something. If you're someone that thinks you want to use this long term, it's definitely worth buying the duo, even just for a £2 saving. If you're somebody that just wants to try it out, just buy one. I don't think there's enough of a saving to make you want to buy two, if that makes sense. So overall, what are my thoughts? I think if you strip back all the sponsorship, the paid partnership, the hype that the brand are driving, actually, this is still a really good serum. And like I say, I don't come from a place of positivity with the Inkey. They're not my favourite brand. But I think this is a really nice, innovative serum that's bringing that exosome technology to the masses at an affordable price point. If you want to boost your glow game, radiance and luminosity, you want to get some extra hydration and plumpness in the skin, this is a really nice option to choose. If you're someone that likes the idea of the VT Riedel shot, but you don't like the idea of the spicules, Exosomes, as with this, are a great alternative, so it's nice that we have some choice. And I think at the margins, you will get some anti-aging benefit too. I think just be aware of that Inkey and marketing. They can never help themselves. They always overpromise. And as a result, you can sometimes feel a little disappointed. So I would say go into this with eyes wide open. If you want glowing skin, you want a boost to hydration, and you want a little bit of anti-aging at the margins, this is a great affordable serum. If you want 300% more collagen, you ain't getting it from this. So I think that would be my fair summary. Let me know your thoughts. You've watched this far. Let me know. Take part in our poll down in the comment section below. Is this a hit or a miss for you? If you're going to buy it, let me know by leaving the heart emoji and say why it appeals to you. If you don't really need this or want this in your skincare routine, leave the cross emoji and again, state why. That way we can get the conversation going and as a skincare community come together to work out whether this actually is worthy of the price point. The Inkey have had some misses recently. I think this is definitely on their hit list. That's my hot take. I'd love to hear yours. Wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care. Bye.